Hi, this is John. I wanted to show you this new bike. It's quite exciting. So we've been working with Surron for the last 4 years, making a lot of aftermarket parts. And the Surron's a really good bike, but we've been looking for something else that's going to challenge Surron and maybe even be better and have more potential. So initial thoughts on this bike is that it's better value than the Surron X and it has more potential. So why do we say that? Well, one of the reasons is that you're going to have to spend more money on an X to get it to the level of this. So that means you're going to get better value for money. Some of the components on here are far better than the X. So let's go through a few things with it. So the first thing is ergonomics. So this bike is more laid out like a motorcycle, which is really good. It's got a longer seat, you can move backwards and forwards, and that's a real advantage when you ride. You're able to get forward on the up towards the handlebars to give you better cornering. You can get back when you need to in different conditions. So also the seat height is higher than the X, which makes it better for bigger riders. So that's a real bonus. What about the design? Well, it has a longer wheelbase, and that wheelbase helps it with stability, which is a bonus. It also has a standard 18-inch by 1.85 rear rim, and it has CNC hubs, and it has good rubber. So the wheel package on this is far better than the Surron X. The front wheel's still a 19, but it is a beefier rim with a beefier tyre, so that's a bonus as well. Also, it seems like they've used a slightly different fork which has far more rigidity. We'll measure those later anyway and find out what the differences are. The other bonus is it doesn't have a primary drive. So on your Surron you have a belt, primary drive belt, which comes back to the center shaft of the swing arm. This one goes motor direct to chain, and that's interesting because often we tend to break the belts. So that's a bonus over the Surron X. Brakes, same 4-pot calipers. Discs seem to be bigger, but the lever systems seem to be of a higher quality than the Surrons as well. Battery's a 74 volt, 35 ampere hour. We understand they may be releasing a bigger battery. We'll find out in due course. It uses LG cells, 2170s, and it's around 2,590 watts. So that's a pretty good size for this sort of bike. Keeps the weight down, good range. What else? This bike has 3 modes. It has tortoise mode, which is your slowest, rabbit mode, and then rocket mode. So with your rabbit mode, the power output is almost identical to a Surron X, but the rocket mode, it is far quicker. Although at the moment, it's only giving you a 10-second burst, which is a bit of a disadvantage, but we believe the factory is working on a permanent solution. We'll see how that goes. That would be a real winner. So as far as performance, we've had this bike drag race against the stock Surron X, and on rabbit mode, almost identical. But as soon as you hit the rocket mode, this one launches away. So if they can get that fix where rocket mode stays on, that's a real big advantage for this bike. So performance overall pretty good. Haven't had it in the bush yet, but definitely on the flat track it feels good, feels more motorcycle grade. It feels stable, although I would like the bars up higher. That's just a riding preference. As far as range goes, it's going to be very similar to the X. Generally these bikes get around the same. They're getting about 50 watts per kilometre or 80 watts per mile. So this bike should get around your 50 kilometres or your 30-mile range on normal riding. So that's pretty decent. Swappable battery. It really looks good. The quality's there. I think this is a winner. This is going to be a really good bike. It's really going to put the wind up the Surron X. So look forward to seeing how this tests. Now we're going to do some more in-depth testing. We'll do some track time on it. We'll take it in the bush, we'll take it on the MX track, and we'll give you some updates very soon on how well this performs. But overall, this is the first bike that I've sort of said, right, in the price bracket, it's a real contender for the Surron X. So we'll keep you up to date, and hopefully we'll see more of these out there.